Hi, I am Movie Man. I'm an octopus who reviews movies, and today's review is going to be on. So, what do I think of this movie? Okay, so the way I'm gonna review this movie is gonna be kind of different to all my other reviews because with my normal reviews, I go through my 7 points, cinematography, pace, sound and music, editing, characters, plot, narrative structure. But you know what? For my review of Avatar The Way of Water, I'm actually going to review this film in kind of a different way to how I normally review a movie. Because for this review, rather than going through my 7 points, what I'm going to do is first, I'm going to talk about my positives with this movie, like what I liked about it. And then we're gonna get into my negatives. Okay, so let's start with the positives. Um, so I may as well state the obvious here, but once again, just like the first movie, the visual effects are absolutely outstanding. Like, once again, 13 years after the first movie, the visual effects in this film are once again just completely out of this world. Like, I mean, like, this is one beautiful film to look at. Like, it is one, the visual effects are just outstanding. Um, Now, for my other positives with this film, I think I'll start by mentioning a few characters that I liked. So to start things off, I'd say my favorite character in this movie was probably Quaritch. Um, I thought he was a pretty good villain in the first movie, and in this film, he's actually even better. Like, um, like Stephen Lang does a great performance, and I thought it was interesting the way they brought his character back to life after his death in the first movie. And once again, he is just so entertaining. So yeah, he's probably the film's best character. Another character who I liked was Moet. I actually thought he was pretty good. Um, like um, like he does something in the movie which I won't spoil, but I actually thought it was genuinely nice thing for him to do, and like, not to mention his chemistry with what you call it. Can't think of his name. It was the outsider. Yeah. I thought that it was genuinely really nice. Um. Um. Now. What other characters would I like? Um. Well, I mean, to be honest, my two favorite characters in the movie were probably Quaritch and Lois. Um, most of the other characters were fine. Like Neytiri is for the most part. Okay, I like Neytiri a lot in the first movie, and in the second film she's okay. Like, there's one weird things she does in the film, which I don't really like. But for the most part, she's okay. But I'll admit that I liked her more in the first movie. To be fair to Zoe Saldaña, though, she actually does do a great performance. Again, particularly in one big scene, which I won't spoil. She did do a great performance. Um, the other children outside of Moet were okay. From what we saw of them, they were fine. Like, um, now, okay, that was just me talking about some of the stuff I liked about the film. Now, let's talk about my negatives for this movie. So, I'll start things off with some of my smaller negatives about the film, I guess. But Keely, one of Jake and Neytiri's children, is played by Sigourney Weaver. And well, I understand why they do that in the movie. If you see the film, you'll know why, but like, still though, I just can't really take 73-year-old Sigourney Weaver as a teenager seriously. Like, it's just kind of weird to me, honestly. Oh, not to give too much away, but there's this one scene in the movie where Moet is getting attacked by this creature. I'll leave its name. Now, this isn't really a huge problem I have with the movie, but that creature looks pretty shit, honestly. It looks like something out of a mobile game. Like, oh my god, it looks so bad. But anyway, so a huge problem I have with this movie, but I guess I may as well say it. This movie was too long. Now, I'll admit the first movie was long enough at 2 hours and 42 minutes. But this movie runs at 3 hours and 12 minutes. Like, I'm sorry, but that was just way too long. Like, I'll admit I didn't think the pace was too bad, but still though, the movie was way too long. If it had had like roughly the same runtime as the first film, then I guess I wouldn't mind, but 3 hours and 12 minutes long, like, oh, that just feels way too long, honestly. And obviously, at some points, the song can just get really boring, honestly. And I mean, like, not to mention, there's a third, fourth, and possibly even fifth movie that are coming out. And like, if the second movie was 3 hours and 12 minutes long, how long are those other movies gonna be? That is, if the third, fourth, and maybe fifth movie even come out. I mean, like, nah, this film is just not gonna break even. This movie needs to gross $2 billion in order to break even, and yeah, to be honest, I just don't think that's I mean, this is only the second movie, and oh my god, I'm telling you though, if the third, fourth, and maybe fifth movie come out, then they're better than this. Okay, anyways, so um, so another huge problem I had with this movie surrounding the characters. Like, I mean, um, like, well, in particular, the two reef people leaders, Tonawari and Renal. Like, from what we saw of them, they were fine, but they just weren't given enough screen time, I felt. And like, not to mention Cliff Curtis and Kate Winslet, they both do good performances of what they're given. In particular, I think Kate Winslet is actually really good in this one scene. But like, I mean, still though, like they got wasted. Honestly, they were they got wasted in this movie, I felt. And like, not to mention, Kate Winslet isn't even slated to appear in the third, fourth, and fifth movie. I thought, I mean, like, you know what? If that is the case, then good on you, Kate. You shouldn't be in these. You're better off not being in in any more of these films, because like, after this movie, like. But anyways, so now like, I was actually in the first movie, my favorite character, like I say my favorite character probably, well, one of my favorite characters anyways, was Parker Selfridge. Like, I actually thought he was really funny in the first movie.
Sites like the one you just destroyed. Yes.
What the hell have you people been smoking out there?
But and like, not to mention, I was excited when I found he was gonna be in the sequel, because like, you know, it's gonna be Giovanni Ribisi playing him again and everything. So like, you know, I was really excited to see him again. I thought, I hoped he was gonna be funny again, but like, he only appears in footage, in some footage from the first movie that they show. He's not even in this movie outside of that. And like, that really pissed me off, because like, he was my favorite. He was one of my favorite characters in the first movie, so like, they didn't bring him back. You know what? If he had been in this movie, maybe he would have made this film tolerable. And apparently he is supposed to be coming back for 3 and 4. And if that's the case, then my god, they had better bring him back, because like, maybe like, he can make the sequels bearable. But anyways, so let's talk about the two characters in this movie that I absolutely hated. So let's start off with the first of these two characters, And one of them just so happens to be the main character himself, Jake Sully. Now, I'll admit, I actually liked Jake in the first movie. I didn't think he was a great main character, but I thought he was able to lead the film, carry the film fine enough. And I thought he had a pretty good arc in the first film. Now, like, I'll admit Sam Worthington's acting wasn't, but like, as Jake as a character though, I didn't really mind him, and I thought he was pretty good in the first movie. But in this film, oh my gosh, they ruined Jake in this movie. Like, he's such an asshole in this film. Like, I mean, in the, like, he brings himself and his family away from, like, what's going on and stuff. But, like, he leaves all the other people behind then to do all the work, and it's just, oh, like, I mean, I get that he does it to protect his family and everything, but, like, like, still though, like, my gosh, and like, not to mention, he's actually genuinely kind of an asshole in some scenes. Like, there's this one scene where he's being a bit of an asshole to Neytiri, his wife, and my gosh, he was actually so mean to Moish, like, oh my gosh, in one or two scenes, he was actually so bad to Mo at that. Like, oh my gosh, what an asshole of a father. Like, I mean, why is it that we're having so many bad dads in films lately? First there was Yeager Clade from Strange Worlds, and now there's Jake Sully. Like, Jake is an even worse father than Yeager. Okay, I wouldn't go that far, but he's certainly up there though. And now, let's talk about the other character in this movie that I hated. Spider. Now, Spider is basically a human child in this movie. And, okay, I'm gonna spoil something about the film here, so if you haven't seen this movie yet and you don't want to be spoiled, skip to this part of the video. There's your warning. So, basically, Spider is Quaritch's son, which, to start things off, that is so stupid. You're telling me that all throughout the first movie, Quaritch has a son? That's so stupid. My God, that was just stupid. And not to mention as well, Spider is such a horrible little like, just, like, I mean, Like, he goes on about how I'm not like my father. I'm good. I love the Na'vi. You know, it's kind of similar to in Scream 6, when Sam was trying to prove, sorry, Scream 5, when, when Sam was trying to prove that she wasn't like Billy. Except that Scream 5 did it much better. Because here's the thing, right? So what happens is Spider gets captured by the RDA, and then when his father basically just talks or whatever, he suddenly decides, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna betray the Na'vi and I'm gonna help my fellow humans. Like, what? Oh, you're telling me that after the years that he spent with the Na'vi, connecting with them and stuff, he's now just going to abandon them and just decide to help his fellow humans in the fight? What the hell is up with that? And not to mention, like, he eventually he does realize, okay, you know what, what the humans are doing is terrible. I'm gonna help my fellow humans, but like, no, no, no. This is just such a cliche scene. You've already gone betrayed them, so no, man, I don't forgive you. Like, if I was Day Theory, I would have literally just slit his stupid throat, like, oh my god. And like, not to mention, basically, in the climax of the movie, when Quaritch is about to die, he decides to save him. I don't care if he's his father. His father is evil. You should have just left him to die, but no. He just, I mean, I get that he's his father, but still, like, and well, Spider, Quaritch is going to be back for the sequel, so yeah, that's going to be all your fault, I'm afraid. You little. But overall, I actually hated Avatar: The Way of Water. Yeah, I thought it was an awful movie. And it's such a shame too, because I know that the first Avatar movie gets a lot of hate, but I actually liked the first Avatar movie. I actually thought the first Avatar movie was good, but no, this film was awful. I hated it. It was an awful movie, and I mean, the visual effects may be outstanding, but when you take a closer look at everything, it is just awful. Yeah, don't waste 3 hours of your life on this film. Just don't. But with that, I am going to give awful The Way of Water at 2 out of 10. I'll see you guys next time, and bye.